Yo, GamerNemy here. Welcome to another character change video. We'll take a look at the changes of Lee Chaolan from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8. So Lee has been changed quite considerably. Overall, his game plan is still the same. He's still a counter hit monster, and I think it's actually better in this game. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so firstly, his 1-2-4 has been changed. Firstly, he doesn't have the delay anymore. You can't hold the 4, but you still get the counter hit. At the end of the 4, it still launches. It has a new just frame version, which is something you see with Lee a lot in Tekken 8. So if you press 1-4 just right, you get the little spark, right? The little rose flash. You get a just frame version. So this does, I think, 2 points more damage, right? Normal version is 24. Just frame version is 26. So pretty good, pretty cool addition. Still minus 12 on block, minus 14 if you go into Hitman. So relatively still the same, but a bit nerfed because you can't hold it and make it safe. Lee's 1-3-3 just frame is still the same, if I can get this right. I am not a Lee player, guys. I mean, I do play Lee, but I'm not, like a goated Lee player. So yeah, still the same, new animation as well. And it has the great, which just makes it look like 10 times cooler, right? It's such a strong Punisher. So yeah, so 1-3-3 is still strong with a new animation that makes it just look even sicker in this game. And a note for you guys, when Lee is in hit, you don't have to input the just frame version, right? You can drop it and it will still come out, but it will take away a part of the hit gauge. But if you do land it whilst in hit, it will not take out the hit gauge. In fact, it will refund you hit. I'll explain more a bit about his hit going forward. But that's just something I thought I would tell you in about 1-3-3, because this is a Punisher that a lot of people drop. A lot of Lee players drop this, me included. So being able to do this in hit without having the need to just frame it is like it's a huge dub for Lee players. So yeah, 1-3-3 is still strong and way better in Tekken 8. His counter hit 1-2-4 will now guarantee you, I think, 11 frames. Just to show you guys, I'll go in hit as well so that I don't drop the 1-3-3, right? So 2-1-4, that's guaranteed. So it gives you plus 11 on counter hit. So you can even get his new 4-4-4. So and go into hit. I just do it because it's a just frame as well. Oh my god, come on, Nemi. Really? It always goes south when you're recording, right? Yeah, there we go. So I was talking about his new 4-4-4 later in the video. So I'm not sure what he used to do in Tekken 7. Did it knock down? Did it launch? Right? One of the two, but now it guarantees you 11 frames. You can go into hit with 4-4-4, or you can get a guaranteed knockdown with 1-3-3, the just frame 10 frame Punisher. Really, really strong. Really, really strong. Okay, and as you saw earlier, his Magic 4 has been changed, right? So you won't get Magic 4 combo anymore from this. You just can't pick up from this. You can't. However, if you do land the just frame, I believe there is a way to combo from this. I think I saw this in a match, but I'm just not really sure how you do the juggle, right? But there is a way to combo off of this. So again, guys, I'm not a Lee player like to that extent. Yeah, but there is a way. Trust me, I've seen it. So that's his new Magic 4. It's basically a 10 frame, 11 frame punish. A just frame which goes into hit. You have to land the just frame. If you miss a just frame, you get his regular 4-4-4. However, if you land the just frame, the last input of his 4-4, you go into hit and it's a natural combo. So very strong 11 frame Punisher. However, his new Magic 4 is 4-3-4. Right? This is how you actually combo with Magic 4 to be safe. Because you can hit confirm this, right? I think you can delay it to some extent. Yeah, you can delay it as well. So it's a pretty good combo. Right? Really, really good. It's not as bad as everyone made it seem to be. They're like, oh, Lee Magic 4 be nerfed, does not launch anymore. No. There is a way to combo from this, right? And if this doesn't work, you have the other version, Instant Screw, right? So very, very strong. Magic 4 is still strong, considering how almost every character in the game has their counter hit game nerfed. Lee still retains the Magic 4, and I believe he is the only character in the game with an 11 frame counter hit launcher, right? So that's still insanely strong, dude. Lee is freaking strong in this game, man. It's actually crazy. 1+2 has been changed in terms of frame data. 1+2 on its own without going into hit is now -1, which is a buff. I think it was -3, -4 in Tekken 7. Yeah, -3 to -4. So if you don't decide to go into Hitman, it's -1 from -3, which is a buff. However, the Hitman version has been nerfed, right? It was +4, +3 to +4. However, now it's +2. So a nerf when you go into Hitman, but a buff when you decide not to go into Hitman. So I don't know what you guys think. Is this overall a buff? Is this overall a nerf? You let me know. Like I said, you know, I do play me some Lee, but like, I don't know. How does this feel though? Like, from +3 to +2 is not really a bad change, honestly. It's just like 1 frame difference, you know. So yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think it's chilled. Not that huge of a difference. His Acid Rain has a new animation and has an instant screw as well, so you don't get a full juggle. It's exactly like Tekken 7, right? You get a new screw, right? So it looks pretty sick. It also has a just frame version that does more damage. So this is a regular version at 35 damage. And that's just frame version at 36 damage, so 1 extra point of damage. Is it worth it? Is it not? It's up to you guys to decide. And like I said, in hit, you don't have to actually land the just frame if you don't want to. It will come out automatically. However, if you land it like I did there, it will refund you your hit. So this applies to all of these just frame moves, but I'll just keep reminding you guys in the video, just so you remember. So yeah, Acid Rain looks pretty sick in this game. You know, new animation. Keeps the game fresh, in my opinion, and looks pretty sick, bro. He looks pretty sick. The whoa at the end, yo, let's go, Lee. One other thing I should mention about Acid Rain in this game is that it is amazing for wall combos, right? You can get a screw from Acid Rain at the wall, which is pretty insane. So let me just show you guys to give you an idea of what exactly I'm just talking about. So, oh my god, a drop already. Look at that. How sick is Lee in this game, right? So yeah, Acid Rain really buffed. You're going to be seeing some insane Lee combos in this game. Forward 4-1 has been changed as well in terms of frame data. It is now -1 on block. Oh my god. -1 on block, -5 on block from -1, which is a nerf. However, like you saw, it also has a just frame version, which will give you +5 if you land a perfect, you know, input. So pretty sick, you know, buffs his pressure considerably. And considering that he does have forward 4-3 to mix it up, makes it really annoying to deal with, right? Holding the plus frames for days. It's annoying. Let me tell you this, it's annoying. I met a pretty insanely in ranked, got my ass beat, and he kept spamming this shit, bro. Like it's really good. So forward 4-1 having forward 4-1 having a just frame input means it will deal an extra amount of damage. I believe 2 points of damage. So that's 33 for just frame version, and then 31 for the normal version. So as you can see, 2 points of extra damage, as is the case with most of Lee's just frame moves in this game. His down forward 2 has a new animation as well, so it looks like, you know, just some kind of uppercut. Now I think this is a nerf because it feels like it has a lot more recovery than his Tekken 7 version of down forward 2. Like, you can see Lee throw this out and like whiff punish him really quickly, right? Like Steve Sonic Fang, the characters I use, right? I've gotten Lars back 3-4 from seeing this, Leroy up for 3+4. So it is way more punishable than his down forward 2 from Tekken 7. So overall a nerf. However, the tracking is kind of mad on this move, right? Look at this. So it tracks good at his left side or his right side, but his left side is a bit linear, right? So I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Is that an overall nerf? Is it an overall buff? Now, I haven't really played Lee that much to decide yet on whether it's good or like better or worse, but it does feel kind of, I don't know, like the range also. Like, dude, Lee's Tekken 7 down forward 2 had like a phantom range, right? You just run into that shit. But in this game, I don't know. It's too early for these kinds of calls and judgments. But you guys tell me, the Lee mains in the comment section, how good is this down forward 2 as of now? It's still the same. Safe -7 does not launch crouchers. Just a change in the animation and the tracking as well. Lee's down forward 3-2-3 has been nerfed. It's now -15 from -14, so it's launch punishable. And the last hit does not counter at launch. Right? Just gives like some weird knockback, kind of like the original standing 1-4. So a big nerf. I don't think you can launch opponents from the back anymore. Yeah, so huge nerf. Considering how good sidestep is now in this game, Lee could have been cooking with his sidestep. Sidestep to the back for a full launch. Huge nerf. He's had this since T6, so man, sad to see this go. But it's a new game and shit happens, I guess, but damn. Yeah, kind of big, not gonna lie. This one kind of hurts. Down forward 4 has a new extension, down forward 4-4. So it's a 13 frame punish hit engager now. Really, really strong. The range is really, really good on this thing, right? It's a very, very strong move now. Although in hit, it won't launch, right? Oh, sorry, I forgot to do the hit dash. So hit dash. Dude, hit dash, Nani? Yeah, so you can't launch from this. You just have to get like a guaranteed follow-up. So I'm guessing something like this is what you'd get. But it's really, really good. And I think the pushback on this has been nerfed to some extent. Right? It used to push back really, really far in Tekken 7, if I'm not mistaken. So kind of a slight nerf, which makes sense because it has an extension now, right? And on block it's -9. However, it is mid-high, so it can be ducked. But overall, a good change. This is a very strong whiff punisher as well, right? It's sort of going to hit, boom. Really, really strong mid. His counter hit down 2 has been nerfed. It does not launch anymore. However, it does guarantee you 13 frames now. So you can get 4+2 as a knockdown. You can get just frame 133, or you can get his 444 into hit. So I can't really say it's a nerf, right? This has been kind of like a generic change for most of the characters in Tekken 8 as of now. So it's a change. Not a nerf, but a change. But it's a very, very strong mid, considering the fact that I think it still does go under highs. If I'm not mistaken, under jabs. Let me see. I might be tripping. Yeah, it still goes under jab. So it's still very, very strong. Very, very strong mid for Lee. I've always loved down 2. So keeping its counter properties to some extent, it's still pretty good. Still a freaking strong mid, guys. I don't know what else to say. Again, I don't know how you look at it, right? On the grand scheme of things, it's a nerf. But considering the fact that it's a generic nerf, it's strong. But overall, it's strong in this game. That's my opinion. I don't know about yours. Let me know in the comments. Down 3 has had a change in the frame data. Now, this might be a buff because in neutral, down 3 on its own without going into Hitman in Tekken 7, I believe is -17. So now it's -15 all across the board, right? Without going into Hitman, -15. Going into Hitman, still -15. So I guess it's a buff to some extent because this was always -17. But although it kind of is the same, considering the fact that you always want to go into Hitman because on counter hit launcher, on counter hit you get a counter hit launcher that you pick up with back 3-3. And you best do this by going into Hitman, right? Do the back 3-3. So I guess it's basically still the same. Again, it depends on how you look at it, but overall it's just still the same. But I thought it's something that I would let you guys know. He has a new move, back 1+2. Now for this move, it has no regular version, unlike the other just free moves, right? It always comes out as a perfect input. So if you drop this, it will just come out as a 1-1, right? It will come out, oh my god, I can't drop it. Yeah, it will come out as back 1-1, right? However, if you do it, it will always come out as just frame input. Now this is good for war carry. you can see, a high war splat. It's also just a good way to mix up your back 1-1, right? For your mix-ups with back 1+2, right? So it's a decent move, right? Not, you know, not mind-numbingly good, not like stupid good or anything, but a great addition, I guess. Mid-high, sorry, high-high, so be careful. Can be ducked. Overall, a decent move. Back 2-4-3 is one of his like tornado moves, right? So for combos, something like this, right? A little flip in the air. I believe he has 2 of these. So I think he has back 4 as well, but I'll talk about that later. So yeah, back 2-4-3 tornado flip. So get creative, Lee mains. Now this change it's pretty crazy. This change is pretty insane. His back 3-3 is now a natural combo, natural hit, natural 2 hit low. Low high 21 damage, -1 +4 if you decide to go into dash, the misstep. So it's a pretty toxic low, bro. Like it's pretty freaking good. This is a good low. The range is mad. Right? Like it's a really good low. Huge buff for Lee. So not only is this good for combos now, but it's good as a freaking low poke, right into +4, right? And the best thing about this, what I'll talk about later, is he can get his slide from misstep now. So he can do some crazy stuff after this, right? It's insane. It's a really good low. However, it's mid, low, high, so it can be ducked, but of course you can just buffer it and bait, right? So overall, huge buff for Lee. It's marvelous. He has a new high mid, which is pretty freaking good. Forward 2. So this is a high, has a just frame input, right? Is plus, I think, 5 on block, +2 on block for both normal version and just frame version. Just frame version does 3 times more damage than the regular version. Regular version 23 damage, just frame version 26 damage. So as you can see, like I said, it's kind of like a recurring factor between Lee's just frame version of commands and his normal version of commands. And the best thing about this move, right, apart from its insane range, is it is a counter hit launcher, right? So insane. Right? That's mad. That's 90 damage. So Lee is gonna be a menace at this range, right? Running 3+4, forward 2, forward 3, right? Just these 3 moves are gonna be a huge pain to deal with this character. It's actually crazy. So this range, bro, Lee is gonna feast at this range, just with these 3 moves, right? And he has homing as well. So yeah, Lee is a menace. Very strong in this game. It's a very good move. So as you saw earlier as well, forward 3 is now a hit engager. It still knocks down. You still get a war splat, right? Just show you guys. But it's just a hit engager now, which makes it really strong, right? 14 frames, basically a demon paw, right? And demon paw is stupid strong in this game, so Lee basically has a demon paw. It also launches in hit as well, right? So pretty strong. So what makes this good is the fact that you can get a launcher from while standing 2-3 now, right? So yeah, pretty good. Buffs his punishment game a lot. So very strong. Up back 3 has a new property on counter hit. It does go for it does give you an instant screw now. So way better than Tekken 7 in my opinion. It's a huge buff. I think in Tekken 7 you only got forward 3. If I'm not mistaken, either it launched or you only got a forward 3. But I think you got a forward 3. So this is a huge buff for Lee. Another huge buff, right? The Lee is so sick. He's so sick. So up back 3 really strong, although it is -13. So keep that in mind. Not a safe mid to just throw out there. Now has a new outstanding 1-2. You guys have seen me do this in the combos I've been doing. So basically, it's just a new combo filler. Has insane war carry. You can cancel into misstep as well. So mid high. You can use this as a punish, right? It is 13 frames. Excuse me. Of course, he did get 1-4 in Tekken 7 as a new punish, so you can do this if you want to go into missed step, or you can do 1-4 to go into Hitman, right? So the choice is yours, but this is more so used for combo, like war carry, just a combo filler as well. Oh my god, Lee. Yeah, just basically war travel or war combo ender. This is good because Lee in Tekken 7 lost his identity of being the character with like the best war carry in the game. That identity was taken away from him. However, in Tekken 8, it's too early to call, but so far he's looking like he is like the war carry god, bro. Like, it's insane. Like, yeah, it's insane. He's looking really, really strong with his war carry game. So outstanding 1-2 combo filler. I believe it does nothing on counter hit. Ooh, does it guarantee something? I didn't test this. No, right? Minus +7, yeah. So just the counter hit knockback, nothing guaranteed. Outstanding 2-3 is now a tornado, right? Really, really good for his combo game. And outstanding 2-4 is another of his his tornado spins for combo extensions, right? So really, really good as well. Let's see. Dash up forward. Oh my, I dropped it. Anyway, so this is for combo fillers. This is now a screw. So pretty good. Like, dude, like Lee's combo game in Tekken 8 feels so good. And this is something they've been very consistent with Lee throughout the years. His combos have always been satisfying to do. And that hasn't changed in Tekken 8 as well, thank God. And as you guys saw earlier, Lee's slide has a huge change. I don't want to say a nerf, because there is a huge argument it's actually better right now. So firstly, it does not knock down anymore. It leaves you at +3, right? So that's one of the things that's kind of different with Lee in this game. Getting knockdowns is not that easy to do, kind of like Steve, right? So it's +3, but leaves you in crouch, which is very, very scary, considering the fact that you can just do another one, right? You can do full crouch down forward 4, right? You can do outstanding stuff. So I don't know if this is a nerf. Maybe a knockdown is better, you know. The other aspect is you can now do it from misstep, which is very, very, like, it's huge. So you can just do it like this, right? Tap forward 1+2. Sorry, tap forward 3+4. Comes out slower, 25 frames. When you do from full crouch, it comes out at 18 frames, right? So it's a huge quality of life improvement, right? It gets too sweaty sometimes, always trying to do full crouch slides. So this is a good addition, honestly speaking. Yeah, so this is a huge change for Lee. Affects his gameplay so much. His slide gameplay mix up, right? So I don't know, nerf or, you know, just a huge change. You let me know. So his down back 3 has a huge nerf. It's now -1 from +2, +3 in Tekken 7. So this is a huge nerf, right? We talked about how back 3 is really, really good. So I think they're trying to find a balance with his laws, right? They can't make everything plus, right? But this is a huge nerf from plus-ish, from +2, dude, +2, +3, right? You really had a good pressure game with down back 3, right? You could use this as well after, right? And considering as a just frame now, could have been really, really good. But now -1, bro, you lose your turn. But now it will kind of make sense because down back 3 +4 has been buffed. It's now +4, and it's, I think, 3 frames faster now, which is ridiculous, right? Down back 3 +4, I believe, was 23 to 25 frames. It's now 21 frames, right? So it's faster and +4. Still a high crash, so way better than down back 3. So it makes sense why they would nerf down back 3 if they were to buff down back 3 +4. Right? So down back 3 +4 still gives a knockdown. So this is now the better law. Right? You're way better off using down back 3 +4 than down back 3. Right? Really, really strong law. So as much as this is a nerf, excuse me guys, I'm losing my voice out here. As much as this is a nerf, down back 3 +4 is still a good replacement, and one might say it's way better because down back 3 was only +3. This is +4. Down back 3 did not high crash. This high crashes. Down back 3 did not have anything on counter hit except that the little toe touch. Down back 3 plus 4 knocks down for guaranteed blazing kick, right? So really, really good. So yeah, it's a kind of strike of balance with his laws. So yeah, his laws are still ridiculous. They're still ridiculously good, though no knockdowns, as I discussed earlier. He has a new string from Hitman 111, which is insanely good. This will stop with mashing, people mashing when you're in Hitman stance, because it's hit confirmable, right? 3 hits. However, it is high, so keep that in mind. If you mess it up, it's gonna get ducked and you're gonna get launched, right? So keep that in mind. But it is -7 on block, so if they don't duck, you stay safe, right? But it's a really, really good move. You can hit confirm it, just do 1-1 and stay in Hitman, right? If it lands, boom, you finish it. So really, really great addition to Lee's Hitman, which I feel needed a bit of tweaking, and they've done a good job with mid Hitman with all things considered. Hitman 1+2 on counter hit now gives a knockdown. I believe it didn't do this to Tekken 7, so this is a huge buff for our boy. It's a really, really good buff. Hitman 4 does not snake edge anymore, does not knock down, just gives you a hit for +4. However, the bright side to this is the fact that it is not launch punishable on block anymore. It is only, wait, is it in crouch? No, it's not. It is only, I believe, -13 now. Right? So is it a buff? Is it a nerf? You guys let me know as usual. But for me, something that's not risky is always a buff in my opinion, because Hitman 4 has always been reactable, right? So making it not launch punishable is a huge buff in my opinion. It does give an instant tailspin on counter hit, right? So really, really good in my opinion overall. Right, so yeah, a good buff, not that risky anymore in Hitman. Let's go. Hitman 3 is a hit engager, still knocks down, it's still the same, -9 on block. The only difference is that it's a hit engager, so having a hit engager in stance is always good, as we've seen with most characters in Tekken 8, so this now applies to Lee as well. Hitman upward 4, as you saw earlier, now gives a spike for follow-ups at the wall, like in combos. So for example, let's say down back 3 plus 4. You can do, sorry, not down back 3 plus 4. Let's say, what move was that gave the kind of knockback? All right, let me just do it in a combo just to show you guys. So let's see. Let's start with back 4, right? What am I doing? What am I doing, Nemi? Oh my god, the YouTube curse, the main man YouTube curse. Spike into guaranteed up back 3. So this does wonders for his damage. And people are saying it might get nerfed because it just feels too strong. Right? Depending on how you look at it. I think it's okay. It's sick, bro. It's sick. Let him have it for at least 2 seasons or something. But yeah, Hitman upward 4, really, really strong now for his combo game. And for Oki as well, with characters staying on the ground, just do upward 4 into guaranteed up back 3. Really, really strong. And finally, for his last section, I want to talk about what his hit mechanic does. So like I explained earlier, the hit mechanic allows Lee to use just frame moves without actually inputting the just frame, right? So if you drop a just frame input, like, 1, 3, 3, 3, it will come out, but at the cost of a hit gauge, right? Look at my hit gauge. I landed it there, I didn't mess it up. My hit gauge drained, right? Right? So you pay the price for not using just frames while in hit. But like I said earlier, it will refund you your hit gauge back if you do land the just frame. Right? I landed it there. I missed it there, took out my hit gauge. Right? Oh my god, so something like forward 2 for example. Right? I miss it, it takes up my hit gauge. I land it, it gives me back my hit. Basically just like Raven, but with Lee, it's just frame input. Doesn't really affect your game style that much. That's one thing I didn't really like about Lee. I thought, there would be more to his hit. Considering most of his just frame moves are just for damage, right? They don't do that much. Maybe with the exception of forward 2 and forward 2-4, right? But for the rest, it's basically just damage. And for the 10 frame, of course, this one is important because I dropped this like a motherfucker. So having this at my leisure for free, Austin Hit, is awesome. So overall, Lee in this game is buffed, right? He has a counter 8 game, meaning you have to be careful when you fight against a strong Lee player. Everyone in this game has their counter 8 game nerfed, which makes Lee a very strong character. But that's how Lee has changed overall in this game. If I've missed anything important Lee mains, please let me know in the section. I add it in my description so that I don't give you guys wrong data, But anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I'm exhausted, as you can tell from my voice. I've been recording for over 6 hours now. I'm exhausted. So please do the kind thing and just drop me a like button. Please, I beg of you. Helps me out with the algorithm. If you're new, please do consider subscribing. I will do character changes for almost all the characters in the game, so you do not want to miss that. So with that said, thank you guys so much again, and may the frame data be ever in your favor.